Hey everyone, this is Tony,
And this is Pam.
and welcome to week 12 of Back to Basics Weight Loss Surgery channel. This week we have a really interesting topic. I think it impacts all of us, so fire away. What's our topic for this week?
This week's topic is body dysmorphic disorder. Has your brain literally caught up to the physical transformation you see in the mirror, or do you not see your new self back in the mirror, but your old heavy self?
Explain. Well, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, yippee.
And we're going to mix it up a little bit.
Woohoo!
So, Pam's going first this week.
Whatever. So, body dysmorphic disorder. Do we have it? I think everybody in the weight loss surgery community at one point or another is going to have an issue with their rapid weight loss and what they see in the mirror. I think those of us as women grew up in a society where we're inundated with magazine covers and the likes of what our body should look like. So not only are we busy comparing it to that, we're busy comparing it to other women, be it in the community, our friends, our family, and we look in the mirror, and even though we've lost significant weight, you still see your old self and your old insecurities. It's not easy. I grew up in a family where I was constantly compared to my sister. My sister's weights yo-yoed as the years have gone by, but I was still always the bigger one, and she's the older one. So even though I've lost a significant amount of weight, there are days when the scale doesn't say what I want the scale to say, and it's hard not to think that you're way heavier than what you are. The snap in reality is when you grab something out of the closet and you're no longer a 3X, but you fit into a large. But it's hard to get over that what you perceive yourself to look like isn't necessarily what you look like. The actual definition of body dysmorphic behavior is a person who looks normal or looks very well and looks in the mirror and sees someone hideous, disgusting, and their whole entire life is affected by it. That they become recluses, it affects their relationships, their work, their school, everything. I don't think anyone in the weight loss surgery community has gone to that extreme. But it is difficult for your mind to catch up with all the changes in your body that occur. We had an incident this week.
An incident?
Wow, okay. I went to put on a t-shirt that I owned that I used to wear a lot of. 3X, it used to fit me very well, meaning it was snug. And I threw that t-shirt on this week, and your reaction?
Why the hell did you put that thing on? Because we can both fit in it. Was pretty much what I said.
And the fact of the matter is, I keep that clothes and I wear those clothes, A, because they're comfortable, and B, as they remind me that I'm no longer the size that I once was. And I might not be where I want to be quite yet, but I am certainly nowhere near where I once was. So the whole mind-body connection is all just, it's a part of the mental game in weight loss surgery, and I really think it comes about after you've hit that 1-year mark, your honeymoon stage is over, you're not losing probably as rapidly as you once were, and all of a sudden, here's the reality. You started losing not the 2 or 3 pounds a week, but the 0.5, the 0.7, 0.1, and your mind starts playing tricks and starts telling you you're not going to get there. Oh, you're going right back where you once were. And you start looking at all the flaws that you once had, and you're starting to pick them out. Instead of celebrating how far you've come, you're busy picking all the ways you still have to get there. So that's a whole mental part of the game that you have to work on, and I fully believe in if you got mental work to do, there's no shame in the game of seeking out a therapist, because sometimes the mental game is far harder than the physical game of losing the weight. So body dysmorphia, I think most of us have it. Most of us go through it, some to more extreme than others, and that's my take. What do you think?
From a man's perspective, from my own personal perspective, for sure, I've had some body image issues. It took me quite some time to really get my mind caught up with how I really look. When I was about 7 months out, or 6 months out, I went to Six Flags with my kids. And it was Six Flags was always one of those places that I avoided because I had a incident at Magic Mountain in California where I got kicked off of a ride. Highly embarrassing. Highly, highly, highly embarrassing. So I hadn't been to Six Flags since like 2004. So yeah, I always had reasons why I didn't go, made up some reasons, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so last September I went to Six Flags, and I still felt very, very, very anxious about going, and very, very, very anxious about getting on these various rides. By then I'd lost about 100 pounds, but for some reason, I was probably somewhere in the area of like 220, 215, somewhere around there. But for some reason, I just couldn't get it through my head that, I wasn't at risk to get kicked off the rides. So every time, I'm standing in line and waiting to get in that car, and then you get in and start pulling the bar down, and oh my God, it's clicking. So I got more than one click, so that means I'm good. I can stay on the ride. But yeah, I mean, it was really, really difficult. Even though, I think in theory I knew for sure I should be fine, but just that mental thing, that mental trip. Even later on down the road, when I went to Vegas, and Roberto and I, and Quilting Connie B's husband Alfred, we took some pictures. And that was probably the first time that I looked at some pictures and thought, wow, I look all right. I'm okay. I think
you said that after you asked me when you met Samuel L. Jackson in the casino.
Well, yeah, part of the problem is that I didn't remember taking the picture. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, I was happy with how I looked, and that was the first time I was ever really happy with how I looked at a picture. We're very critical of ourselves, even men, we do it. You look at a picture of yourself and you pick out all your flaws. And so it was really honestly the first time that I could say I was comfortable with the way I looked.
That's because I made him wear purple.
Right. We were matching.
That's why. Mm-hmm.
But still, some of those old habits still die hard. I still find myself sort of picking and pulling at my clothes and those types of things where I really don't need to, but it's just a habit, not wanting to look too fat or have my clothes cling to me, so I tug at them. You guys know, you've been through it. So still do that kind of stuff, even though I don't need to, but we're all work in progress. But I can say, being 18 months out now, I'm much more comfortable with myself than I ever was. But obviously, still, time heals all wounds, right?
That's right.
So.
And I can also point out that photographs, everybody knows, weight loss surgery peeps, can always be found taking pictures of themselves. Pictures don't lie. When you look in the mirror, your head can play games, but when you take a picture and you do your side-by-side shots, proof's in the pudding. So try doing that once in a while and see how you feel about yourself after that. And like I said, no shame in the game. Seeking a therapist if you feel that's what you have to do, because, you know, it's all mind, body, spirit together. Right?
You stole my line.
I did. Ha
Anyway, hey, thanks a lot for checking us out this week. We appreciate you guys, and check out Janine tomorrow. I'm sure she'll drop some knowledge on this topic too.
Yes, she will.
And we look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week. Leave us some comments. We love to read your comments and questions, and yeah, we enjoy every single one of you. So thanks a lot. Take care. Have a good week.
Cheers.